Hi, this is Laura GP, and today we're going to look at the new test feature in Power Apps. So here we are in a nice simple little app. We've got some radio buttons, we've got a little gallery to do a selection, and we've got a reset button and an order T. What we're going to do is we're going to write a really simple test to test that reset button. What we need to do is we need to make sure that we have saved and we have published our app. Yes, you have to run this on a published version. This might mean that you need to have separate environments, but I'm all for that. So, click on the Advanced Tools, and under Tests Experimental, I click on Open Tests. Now, this is the first time I've been into tests in this particular app, and what I haven't done is turned on the formula level error management, and it recommends that. So we go to App Settings, Advanced Settings, do a quick search for formula, and there we are, formula level error management. Let's turn that on. Go back into my app, click on Open Tests, and here we are in the test environment. So rather than having to write these steps, which you could do, we're going to record. So we click record at the top here. And this test is going to be really simple. We're going to pick a milk value, so just a dribble of milk, and then we're going to click the reset button. Okay, that's our test done. So there we are, it's written my two properties. So it's set a property, it's selected a button, and then we want to check milk is blank. So we do that by writing an assert step, and the assert step just wants to have a test in it. Okay, so we're going to go for the test of is blank, open brackets, and we're going to go for radio milk dot selected. So i.e. nothing is selected, we want to test for. So close the bracket on the is blank, close the bracket on the assert. Now there are more things we can do in assert, we'll look at them a little later. So there's my test done. Let's rename it whilst we're here. Reset milk. And when we've done that, I'm going to go for publishing that test. And it will also publish the app. And once it's published, we can then click play. And what it will do is it will fire up your app. It will click the buttons, and as it does them, it puts little green ticks next to each step as you do them. Okay, and we've got green ticks all the way through. So that's great. That's done. Okay. Now I'm going to go for a new case. So I click back on the suite and I click on new case. Okay. And this time we are going to test the resetting of the sugar. So I'm going to record again. And we're going to go on to the sugar. And we're going to click reset. Now we can see it hasn't worked. I've deliberately made you a test that doesn't work. Okay, and we're going to click done. And we're going to put into here a check sugar reset. And into here we're going to do another assert. Open brackets and put into there the radio sugar dot selected. I forgot the is blank. Let's just make sure it's really not liking this, is it? Let's just put that back to being capital letters. But there you are, it's happy again now. Put in some closed brackets. There we go. And we're going to publish that test. Oh, let's do a rename. Let's remember the renames. Reset sugar. And publish and then click play. So we select something in sugar, we do that, and then look, the assert failed. Okay, so we know that it wasn't right. Okay, I can click done. So that's one way of checking that actually a bug is there. So that's what I could have done. Okay, if I now go back into my app, I click on my reset button, and there, sure enough, it doesn't have a reset for the sugar. So I'm just going to insert one into there, add in the code. And there we go. We've checked the code. I'm then going to go to File, Save. And actually, sorry, File, Publish. Publish this version. I'm then going to go into my test. I'm going to click on the suite at the top there. Okay. And I'm going to click play. So it does the test on the sugar first. And there we are, we get a nice green tick. And we do the milk, and we still get a tick on there, and we get 2 green ticks down the bottom here. So we've got green ticks all the way through. Okay, I've got one last test to show you. Okay, so we think, well, okay, fine, that's done the sugar, that's done the milk. Now we're going to do a new one. Okay, so we're going to go for a new case, and this case is going to be reset the T strength. Now the T strength, I've used a little gallery to be able to select the T strength based on a colour. Okay, so we're going to record. And I'm going to click on my T strength, and I'm going to click on reset. But if you notice, clicking on the gallery has no effect up here. I've only got the step where I clicked the button. Okay, so I'm going to enter a new step. I'll reorder them in a moment. Okay, which is going to be select my T strength. Now I want to be able to set a value, and if you look in all the other tests, there's a set property. So I'm going to set the property into here. Okay. Now we want to set the property of the gallery T strength dot selected, and we want to set it to a value. I'm going to set it to a value of one of the records in there. Now my gallery is really quite simple. It's only got 2 columns, so this is perhaps a time when a few columns is easy. Bigger columns, it will be harder. So what I put into there is the JSON for one of the rows of the data in there, which is strength 3 and that particular colour. Okay, so I'm then going to move that to be before it. Okay, and then we're going to do a check T strength reset, and this is going to be exactly the same with the assert is blank. Okay, so let's publish, and one last time we're going to press play just on this test. So I'm not going to go back up to the suite level. I'm going to stay on this test, and I'm going to press play. So that selected a T value, it unselected it by using the reset button and tested that it was unselected, and it all passed. So that was looking at using tests to do a reset button. Okay, features I would do if I was doing this a little bit more tidily: rename the suite, put in some descriptions, and there is the simplest version of testing. If you haven't already, please press subscribe. Take care now.